All right, good morning, everyone. We are in workout number 2 of 12 for this series called Strength and Form Coaching. I want to get a little bit of feedback from one or two of you guys today, and I want to know, what did you learn about your foundational footing from Monday's class, or anything from Monday's class? So you could take yourself off mute for a second and just a couple minutes, just share about what you learned from Monday about your foundational footing. Go for it. Barb, go for it.
One of the things that I learned was how easy it is to go back to the unstable. I don't even know how to put it, because our body is so used to standing in some way. So it's nice to go back and have your prompts to check back in on how we're standing on our feet. Perfect. And how our body's aligned, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. When we recognize that instability and that we keep practicing, and we don't get frustrated with ourselves, because we may have adapted to this, crazy footing a long time ago, and we just got used to it. That's how smart the body is. So patience, and we keep doing these kind of slow check-ins to build a really deep, intimate relationship with ourselves. All right, Cherie, you had something to share?
Yes, I was thinking more about how when you slow down, you can feel all of the muscles that are in your foot that I'm not even aware of them, and how some of them are weaker than others. And so when you step on the pebble, that little weak muscle just collapses. So for me, it was like I noticed that not only in my feet, but also in my hip and other areas. It's like, ooh, what's going on here? So I am looking forward to building more muscle in my foot because I don't want to fall.
Right on. Yay. Yay. And for all of us, just another reminder, I'll be reminding us throughout this whole series, because really our feet, our ankles are our foundation for everything. And so it's crucial that we have an understanding of what's going on. I think I mentioned before, there's like 29 muscles in the feet and 26 bones, something like that. That's a lot of stuff that, exactly, if you just step wrong on a pebble and then your body starts to protect that area and then you just adapt and get used to it, you don't even know. That's what happened to me. I didn't even know I was walking on the outside of my foot while I was on the Camino, right? On one side. So it's been a nice readjustment as I practice walking on the full foot. And that's the beauty of those ankle circles, slow, that you really get to see where those certain angles don't really want to go over there because it's a little sensitive, or they remembered the trauma. All right, is everyone ready to stand up? And we're going to start our Qigong bounce and just gently move the body. So remember our footing, right? Ground those feet. If you have bare feet, even better. You can grip the toes, maybe lean forward and backward a little bit, and then relax the arms and start to softly bounce in the knees. I love this move. It's actually one that was taught to me from Qigong master Chunyi Lin years ago. And not only is it great for the physical body, but a lot of times our energy body picks up things, or we're tense, or we've got some frustration or things we're mulling around in the mind. And this is a way to really bounce out that energy, like shake it off, right? I know oftentimes we'll see athletes before they're getting ready to perform, they'll kind of shake and bounce in this movement way. Also, I've seen it when people are in an accident or they're panicked. They're looking for their kids and they do this sort of shake. It's just a natural thing because it's a way to loosen up and bring movement to the body. All right, start to move the hips side to side. A little smile like loosens up our TMJ clenching and jaw. So nice and loose here. And then we're going to sweep our arms up for an inhale. And on an exhale, we'll swoosh. Exhale in and out. I'm going to let our little friend Liz in. So keep going with the swooshes. And just noticing what's going on everywhere in the body. How do those shoulders feel? How does it feel just to bend in the knees? Are your knees easily pointing forward and smooth over the caps? And remember, we don't have to go far down. Mindful of what our knee joints can handle. And if they can handle more, then by all means, like really get down there. Really stretch the ankles. We're here for 5 more seconds. Doesn't matter how many you do, it's the integrity of the movement. Here we go. Go ahead and sweep the arms up to sky. Palms are going to face forward. And you're going to goal post the arms out to the sides, pinching in the mid back. I know oftentimes our shoulders want to help out and sometimes they'll reach up, but the shoulders have a lot of space between the ears and we're pinching the middle of the back. Notice if you're breathing smoothly. And if you can scan the body and see if any other body part is clenching besides the middle of the back. Sometimes we lock out our knees. Sometimes our jaws clench. We have one shoulder that may be a little higher or lower than the other. And it starts to ache because we have a little scar tissue or injury there. All right, we're going to be moving our elbows. We're going to pull them back on the inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to pull them in front and we're going to drop our chin so that we can round that spine. If the elbows touch together, great. If not, just keep trying to get them closer together. And then we're going to inhale and open and close. Just nice and smooth. This is a nice stretch for any of you that have shoulder issues, right? We're just asking them to open and to close. We're also checking our spine mobility, the middle of the spine. How round can you round that upper back? And how open can you pull it? We're here for 3 more seconds. Whew. And release. All right, thumbs up if you felt a little fire in the shoulders, like they heated up just a little bit. Something's working in the shoulders. Yay. All right, so let's do our foot foundation. We'll go through it a little quicker today. So all toes facing forward, look down, make your adjustment. And then rock forward onto the balls of your feet. And then rock back to your heels. Do a little forward and movement just to feel the ground beneath you. Arms are resting lightly by the sides of the body and then settle in to a balanced footing. If it feels good, go ahead and close your eyes. And allow the breath to come in and out through the nose. This will help calm our nervous system, which actually is very helpful for any injuries, helpful for a deeper connection. And helps us with focus. We're going to scan through, checking that the knees are pointing forward. Hands at the hip bones, making sure the pelvis is not lifted or tilted, that it's sitting right on top of the knees and the ankles. Going to take a look, maybe in the mirror or on your screen, and are your shoulders, do you have one a little higher than the other? Are they both even? Do you have one protruding a little bit more forward so that there may be a twist in the pelvis? Just notice what's going on with the shoulders. Usually if we're dominant with one arm, right, it gets more work. We tend to bulk up on one side and it lifts and does all the work, and then we have an imbalance. So just noticing and thinking about maybe we, brush our teeth with our opposite hand, right? Kind of balance it out. All right, here we go. We're going to extend the arms down by the side of the body. You're going to curl your fingertips to your knuckles like this, and then you're going to extend your thumbs out. And this is a very active hand position. And from the sides of your body, you're going to lift the arms up to a T pose. Arms are straight, out to the sides, not too high, not too low, not off center, but straight out. Were any of you guys cheerleaders? We really had to do this a lot with our body. All right, so your feet are anchored, you have your strong foundation. And just notice, could you hold this for a really long time? No problem. Do you feel a little tightness in the shoulder, hip? Maybe your breath is held, you want to smooth it out. We're going to start to make tiny forward circles. Tiny forward circles. We're just asking the arms to gently move. The muscles are going to move that shoulder joint. We're only asking the shoulder to be a shoulder. If this is a little rough, we know we have some work to do here to strengthen, to stretch, to balance out the imbalance. Remember, as this fires up and gets more intense, you want to breathe. I want you to maintain and see if you can pinch that back, that mid back together while you continue to move the circles forward. So imagine a pencil along the middle of your spine and you're squeezing the blades to hold it there. And this can be very intense for some of us. So if you need to rest, just shake it out and just know that this is a really restorative, corrective, strengthening exercise. We're here for 5 more seconds. And then 3, 2, 1. Turn the palms up and we're going to circle backwards. And if you lost that pencil on the spine, re-grasp, re-pinch, and slow down. Maybe it's not easy for your body to circle while you're pinching. So pinch the back and then slowly circle. And then notice what's happening with the neck. I know mine's getting a little involved because my neck always tries to help out. But I want to really strengthen this shoulder area. And it's okay, right? If this is intense right now, shake out the arms and regroup. And just know you're building strength. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then release. Come back to that standing pose. Turn the palms forward. We're in a mountain pose. Closing down the eyes, gentle smile. Rest the tip of the tongue behind the teeth at the roof of the mouth. And be with your body as it relaxes and tingles, aches. Watching the mind, what your thoughts are. Are you nurturing and kind as your body is doing difficult things? We're here for about 10 more seconds. So soften the knees and enjoy. On your next exhale, you'll flutter open the eyes. If they were closed, we're going to get a little wiggle, little shimmy of the knees. You guys doing okay? Did that fire up? Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's check our forward fold. So again, keeping the feet grounded. And remember, only go as far as what's comfortable for your body. Meet your body where it needs to be, and then just hold. So you're going to place the hands on your thighs, drop your chin first, and maybe that's all you're doing today. If you feel like you want more, just go ahead and slide the hands down the body, front of the thighs, and take your time. There's no prize for who gets there first. We're going to go ahead and relax the crown of the head pointing towards earth. Ideally, our legs are straight so that we're stretching the hamstrings. Some of you may feel tension release in the lower back. And if it feels tight, don't overdo, just breathe. Our joints and our body were made to bend forward, but maybe we've lost mobility over the years from overwork, scar tissue. And then just noticing, how does it feel? Does the back, one side of your booty or leg feel different, more flexible than the other? Or are they both pretty even? Really scan and notice every detail of what your sensations are. How are the feet? How are the hip bones? Pelvis? Knees, ankles? How does it feel in this forward hang? Slightly bend the knees and roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Being mindful as if you're stacking just one at a time, right on top of the other. Good. Good, 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 good. All right, let's do our squat. So extend the arms forward. Not up here, not down here. Little Frankenstein arms. And here we go. Start to bend the knees, squat down, and wherever you can hold. It may just be a slight squat, a slight bend. And the reason these squats are so good is it helps us stabilize. It helps us retrain the feet, the ankles, and the knees. Retrains us to have stability from the bottom up, right? We're building stability. You might start to feel a little wobble, a little thigh fire. For me, my ankles and my calves are a little tight. So when I press down even further, I'm getting a really intense stretch in that tight area of my body. And just remember, everyone's body is a little different. If you want more of a challenge, turn your palms up. We're here for 15 more seconds. So if you can wrap your head around that, if you can stay encouraged to hang out here, we got about 7 seconds left. Maybe you want to take it a little lower. You can find that breath. We're here for 3, 2, and gently press and stand. Woo! Shake it out, kind of march it around. A little forward and backward. Just loosen up. Anytime that you can add in a little squat throughout your day for a minute or so, it's really going to help support your alignment of your ankles, knees, and hips. So yay. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to start our Tabata. So we need our weights. We're going to be doing bicep work, then some chest, back, shoulders, and abs. So the first round, we'll just go through it to get the moves in our body. We understand. And then if you need to make a variation, make a variation. And then there'll be 3 more rounds. And that's where you can bump up your intensity with your focus. All right, we will be starting with bicep circles. So again, it's the beginning of our series, so we don't need to be doing crazy heavy weights right away. All right, I have our little timer because I am a terrible counter. It's a lot to keep track of counting and moving and talking. All right, so we have the weights either side of our legs. We have a soft bend in the knee. Check your foot form. We're going to take our right arm and we're going to bring it up across the front of our body and make a full circle. And then the left arm. Good. And we're merely asking the bicep to lead this movement in the circle. Stays close to the body and around you go. A lot of stuff happening in the forearm, bicep, tiny bit in the shoulder. Beautiful. All right, coming down onto the ground, we're going to bring our weights with us. We're doing a chest exercise. So extend the weights up, turn the palms towards your chin. And we're going to bring the weights to your hips. and straight up to your hips and straight up. This is a gentle chest press with the palms facing your chin. Down to your hips, straight up. We want to use control as we lower because we're building strength on the lower and on the push, both directions. And if you have a death grip, loosen up the death grip. Loosen up the jaw. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you press. And rest. There's the bell. These intervals have rest periods, so take it. It's good for the body. Let's go ahead and move on to our hands and knees. You're going to have the weights with you to rest your hands on. You're going to put your knees about hips distance. And we're going to pull the elbow to the rib and then release. And then we're going to alternate sides. We're working on that mid back. So go slow. And the hips are stable. We're not twisting or shifting our weight either side. We're actually just asking the mid back to pull our elbow behind us. Slow, stable in the core. All right, set it down, rest. No weights on this one. Come to a seated pose. We're going to extend our arms up like a high V, as if we're grabbing that bar at the gym, that lat pull down bar, and we're actually going to pull down the middle of our back and then let the arms fly up. Pull with the back and lift. Slow. It's going to go right down the spine. So those muscles are going to squeeze the top of the spine, middle of the spine, lower back. Well, not all the way lower, right? Pull. And again, this is just like that exercise we did earlier where we were rounding the spine. We keep it out and we work on those muscles in the lats, right? Squeeze. All right, take a rest, take a breath. We're going to lay down on our back and we're going to go into our abs. So the abs are going to be legs out straight, about hips distance, hands clasped behind your head. You're going to take your left elbow to your right knee, and you're going to hold. Both feet are flexed, and release. Other side, left knee up, right elbow. See if you can reach that elbow to the outside of the knee, flexing both feet, and release. You're on your own at whatever speed works for you. But see if you can lift through the core muscles, not momentum. I'm going to pull and contract, keeping the toes flexed, and rest. And there you have it. That was our round one. Those are all the exercises. So we're going to start back at the top with the bicep circles. All right. Here we go. Bring it up by the chest. And again, check your feet. How is our foundational footing? And again, slow down. When we slow down, we can feel a lot more happening because there is a lot more happening. Beautiful. Rest. Shake it out. We're going to transition down onto the ground to our chest exercise. When you're ready, Knees are bent, check your footing. Turn the palms toward your chin. Lower slow, let the elbows hover, don't let them touch the ground, and then press back up. And you want to slow down enough to notice, are both shoulders and chest muscles working evenly? If you have a little bobble as you lower, it's because one side is stronger than the other. So see if you can get them to work together on the press. You'll only find out if there's a bobble if you go slow. And rest. I always like to take a breath or two and then start my transition into tabletop so that we can work the back. All right, get the hands right under the shoulders, knees, hips distance and stable. If you always start with the right, start with the left. Hold gently so that elbow is really shooting back behind you, not out to the side here, but close by rib cage. We're alternating, and take your attention to your core. Isn't that cool? The core actually is doing a little bit of oblique work here, even though we're primarily working the back. That's what's great about free weights, so much going on. All right, go ahead and rest. Come to seated. We're going to get ready for our lat pull downs. Here we go. Taking the arms up. Pretend you have that bar. You're going to pinch the shoulder blades and pull down. Even close your eyes and imagine, what are those muscles doing? What does it look like as we ask them to work? Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you pull. And can you relax your jaw and your neck and just let the back do the work? This is excellent for our posture and rest. All right, we're taking it to the ground. We're going to do the 2 slow abs together, and then you can go your own speed. So lay it down, flex the feet, hands behind the head, left knee up, right elbow, and hold. Flexing both feet and release. Left elbow, right knee. Lift those shoulders a little higher. Feel the crunch, feel your core. Flex the toes and release. You're on your own. Do not pull on your neck. You want to lift with your chest and shoulder. Keep the feet flexed and rest. All right, halfway done. Return back up to your feet. We've got the bicep curls. Bicep circles, really. All right, check your footing, right? We're getting better at it, right, Barb? Our feet know right where to go now that we've trained them and we're paying attention to them. Good, and watch your neck position. So if your chin is down or turned, make sure it's lifted and straight from your tailbone right out the crown of your head. Again, it's not for speed. And rest. Whew. Gonna take it down to the ground for our chest. I know some of you are like, why so much up and down? It's part of the workout. So you can just say, oh, yay. Turn the palms towards your chin and begin to lower and isolate the chest muscles. Feel as you press up that this chest muscles engage. Lower and press and squeeze the pecs. Are your feet flat and straight? Are your knees pointing straight up to the sky, or do you have one kind of kinked out? Alignment, even with bent knees. And rest. Say something kind and encouraging to your body. You're doing fantastic. And then we're going to transition onto our hands and knees. And we're going to start the rows, alternating row. Stabilize the hips and the pelvis here. We're merely lifting, isolating the mid-back. And you keep tension pressing on both knees evenly, tops of the feet pressing into earth, and rest. All right, come on down to the booty. You guys good? High five if you're all right. Strong, good. Here we go, lat pull downs. Again, I feel this in my neck because I'm really tight and I compensate with my neck. So I have to really focus, come into the back and keep reminding my neck and jaw, they don't have to do so much. We're gonna re-engage this whole back area that has got compromised as we do this and look at our phone and this. So it makes sense, right? We got a little weak back there. Inhale as you rise and exhale as you pull down. Looking good. And there's the bell. Go ahead and rest. Take a little breather. We're on to our abs. Here we go. Extend the legs out. Hands behind the head. First one together, left elbow, right knee. And really peel those shoulders up with a twist. And release. Let's do the other side, nice and slow. Contract. Go deeper into the intensity of the lift and the twist. Feel into your obliques. And here we go. You're on your own speed, your own intensity. What is right for your body today? I like to press my head back into my hands so I'm not pulling on the neck. And rest. Take a couple breaths. And let's make that transition up to a stand. We're on our final round. And begin. It's the bicep circles. Again, where did your feet go? Are you rolling on the inside or outside? Are you leaning more forward or backward? Are you having encouraging thoughts as you move through this strength today? Set it down and rest. Coming back down to the ground, chest press. Remember, anchor those feet down, knees pointing straight up, not one kinking out. That's kind of a pelvic hip area problem. Go ahead and press the palms up and take your time. Keep pressing the feet on the ground. Feel the toes, feel the full foot. Exhale as you push, inhale as you lower. And rest. Celebrate, take a breath. And come onto all fours, tabletop. This is our last round of these. So nice and strong. And then take a scan of your feet. Are your ankles rolling in or out? Can you press the top of the feet so that you're in alignment even when you're in tabletop? I know my poor little feet, they're like lazy little fish, you know, like dead fish. They just rest out. I have to keep engaging them to build strength on those side ligaments. And there's the bell. Set it down. We're coming into our lat pull downs. Here we go. Let's finish strong and pull. Inhale as you rise. Exhale. Contract. My neck is still really involved in this, so I just keep practicing one at a time. Pinch behind, release the neck. And I'm patience, right? Patience. I've been doing it differently for a long time, so to retrain the body to work together and in isolation, right? All right, release that. Shake, wiggle, do whatever you have to do. Let's do our last set of abs together. Feet flexed. Here we go. Left knee rises, right elbow to the outside. Lift as high as you can. Feel that crunch, feel that little grip in the core. And release. Other side, nice and slow. Feel the core contract. Feet flexed. And release. You're on your own. Go for intensity. Imagine, what does that core abdomen wall look like as it contracts? So good for our organs to get a little stimulation in there. And we're done. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Take a moment to celebrate the work that you did. And then work your way up to seated. I always like hand on the heart, hand on the belly, little gentle rocking. Like, yay, little body, you did good. We're retraining. You're so amazing. So, so good. All right. So we're going to do a pretty cool little exercise that also will help our stability in our ankles, hips, and knees. So if you have your block and your strap, you're going to make a loop that fits right around your knees, right? So not too wide, not too tight, but just right here at hips distance. You're going to have that loop around the knees. If you made a mess with your weights like I did, you can kick them out of your way. All right, so we have this strap right around our knees. And we're going to take, let's make sure everyone has this strap. Is everyone good with this strap around the knees? Karen, you good? All right, so we have the strap here. And then we're going to take the block and just set it down between the ankles. Beautiful. We got all kinds of fun things today. All right, you're going to lay down on your back. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the knees apart. And at the same time, we're going to squeeze our ankles towards the block. So knees go wide. You'll feel it in the outer hip. And you'll feel that squeeze between the ankles. And then release. We're going to do that again. Squeeze the ankle. And then pull apart the knees. You're doing these two opposite motions that are going to help build stability in the lower body. And release. Thumbs up if you can feel that intensity. Good. Go ahead and squeeze the ankles, pull the knees apart as best you can. And the upper body is relaxed. And then release. So now you know what's going on. The knees are going out, the ankles are coming in. You want to do that simultaneously. See if you can get the body to work together. A lot of times, some of us are used to just, okay, do the knees, then the ankles. And we're actually going to ask the body to work simultaneously. And you're going to squeeze, hold for about 5 seconds. And then as you release, you'll also release at exactly the same time. Or that's the goal, right? So squeeze. And then release. It takes practice to get them working together. You control the intensity of the squeeze and the press out with the knees. And release. Squeeze. And what do you notice happens when you do the intense squeeze and press? What happens at your face, your shoulders, your breath? Can you be relaxed from the waist up? Just the lower body is contracting and pressing. Slowly release so you can see, is one side releasing before the other? We're here for about 30 more seconds. Go slow. That's the only way you're going to tell which body part is dominant and which body part may need a little strengthening. Smooth breath. We're here for 5 more seconds. So go ahead and get in one more if you can. And release. Go ahead and kick the block out of the way, unwrap the strap and put the loop around your right foot, the bottom of your right foot. Extend the left leg out straight. And for some of us, this is good. Feeling a nice stretch and opening. Making sure that our feet are flexed and we don't have our feet rolling in. And if you want to pull a little bit more for more intensity, you can. Otherwise, just breathe here. Close the eyes and invite the muscles, the ligaments in our hip, hamstrings to relax. So if you have your right foot in the sky, you're going to hold on, kind of choke up a little bit with the right hand, and the left hand is going to reach out to a T pose. You're going to drag this right foot out to the right, and you're going to open, 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 open. So you get a nice stretch in the inner groin. And check the integrity of your footing. Did your feet relax? Or are you able to keep a flexed foot? All right, together with your hand and pulling, you're going to pull that leg straight up, nice and gentle. And then you're going to bend the knee and pull the foot in, kind of like a pigeon, right? A little bit of a pigeon pose. And this time it's okay if the foot curls in. This is the only time we're going to curl it in, the bent knee. Our straight leg on the ground is still with a flexed foot. And go ahead and release. Whew. Shimmy out the legs. Maybe a little patting on the hips, sides, IT band. And then we're going to loop around the left foot. And we're starting off slow. Right leg is extended straight. Right foot is flexed. We're keeping the integrity, working on our ankle strength. And take a moment to notice, how does this side feel different than the other side? And let's use our breath in and out through the nose to calm the body and allow those tendons and ligaments and muscles to relax. These stretches are so nourishing. They're so good for our stress levels. As long as you're not pulling too hard, going beyond where you're at. So it's best to honor and celebrate. This is where I am today. All right, here we go. Go ahead and choke up on that hand placement. Left hand grasps, right hand extends out to a T pose. And then with the left hand, we're going to gently glide the leg open to the left. And then just feel what happens to this right hip flexor. What happens to that right foot. How does it feel on the left inner thigh, the adductor? And did you happen to bring tension to the shoulders, the jaw? You be at peace for the next 10 seconds. Gently bring that foot back up to sky. And then you'll curl your foot inward, bend the knee, and bring it in slowly like a half pigeon. You can even take your hand and press the knee out a little bit just to get that stretch on the outer left hip. And of course, you may feel it in a different place. Wherever you're feeling it, if you can just relax into the stretch, the tension, and breathe with your body. This is such a great hip opener and stretch after we worked on pulling the knees apart with the strap and pressing the inner thighs with the ankles. It's a really good opening in the hip. Go ahead and gently release that strap, unhook it, get rid of the strap, and then bring both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees, give yourself a little hug. A little tick-tock side to side, massaging the lower back on the earth. And then flex both feet. Grab underneath your thighs, right below the knees or above the knees, right? And I want you to take your attention to the soles of the feet. Go ahead and lift the head and neck. And with the strength of your core, try not to rock. Go ahead and push the feet straight forward and see if you can lift from your core. Maybe, maybe not. That's your circus trick for the day. So good for your core. And maybe by the end of the 4 weeks, if you're not able to do it really slow and controlled without rocking, maybe you will. All right, placing one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, closing down the eyes, and feeling that sense of accomplishment. Feeling grateful for the time you were able to take to build a deeper connection with your body, with your joints. Take a breath in for all your hard work today. And hold at the top with a smile, really honor this beautiful body. Exhale, let it go. Take a breath in for all the other women who are on the call live or on the recording. Breathe it in, hold, celebrating each and every one of them. Exhale, let it go. And one last breath in for the world. So if you have a prayer or a wish or a dream, suspend the breath. 802-909-0907. And have your wish, dream, or prayer. Exhale, let it go. Bring the hands to heart in prayer position. And bowing forward, we are complete. Yay! Have a super fabulous day. Enjoy your body. Practice anything that you want to before we meet again on Friday. If you have questions or shares, I'll stay after for a couple minutes. Otherwise, happy Wednesday. Any shares, Barb? You got anything? How was it today?
So mine is like keeping my back on the ground, like when we're doing the stretching with the strap and stuff, just remembering that lower back. Because when we were doing the pulling and the stretching with the strap, it actually kind of like was straining my lower back.
Mhm.
So I just have to remember to kind of like support my lower back. I don't know why it was hurting my lower back, but
And then what you want to do is not go too intense,
okay.
right? So meet the lower back where it is. Maybe it's enough just to have the strap around your thighs and
Mhm.
hold that block. That
All
may
right.
be where you are.
Okay.
You'll get stronger if you start there.
Okay.
And
All
don't
right.
try to go too much.
All right. All right.
All right. How about you, Karen?
I was surprised how hard the shoulder thing was, right? Like I didn't realize, like, you know, it got really intense and really caused a lot of heat. I thought that was interesting. And then I have lower back issues too. So I just really trying to be conscious of keeping the lower back flat on the ground, even if I have to bend my knees.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if there's other modifications that I should be doing, I'm
You-
open to that.
Same thing as I told Barbara, don't go as intense, just get into that position and rest in that body because I know you have serious back issues. And so you want to be mindful and then just start slower and just putting yourself in these are positions that the body actually is okay with. It's just that they got, scar tissue or injuries and they just need time. And oftentimes when we have really serious injuries, our nervous system is so intense and tight because it's trying to protect. And so even just something gentle is just holding that pose. Is there something in particular besides the knee one that was hurting your lower back?
Well, I just that it was mostly like when you take one foot up and leave the other foot down, like that. I can't really do that.
You mean on the stretch?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like I have to really bend my knee and then not put the leg all the way up.
Yeah, and you may do it with your feet on the ground and then just bring one knee in close.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
And just gentle, gentle, gentle. Helpful. If there's other more specific ones, let me know.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
But it's really okay to just whatever we're doing, just go, back it out, back it out.
Right.
Back
Right.
to lay down, go back to, bent knees, feet on the ground, knees up. And maybe this is where you need to just lay and breathe in order for that nervous system to start to trust that you're not going to overdo.
Okay.
Makes
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Cherie, did you have a share, a comment?
Yeah, a lot of stuff is coming up for me. But I noticed a couple things. The knee ankle move that we did with the belt and the block was really a mind twist. I really had a hard time with that because coordinating that move really twisted my mind. I did it, but it was very interesting. And then I noticed that my shoulder is very sore right now, but I noticed that in the pull downs behind my back, something released. And it was like, it was a sharp pain, but after I got through the twing, I was able to make the motion a little bit better. There's something released in there. So that was good to have. It was painful, but it was still good to have that. And I also noticed, like Karen and Barbara, that the injuries that I have in my body, I am desperately trying to protect. So meeting my body where it's at is a good thing right now. Just meet it where it's at.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what's great about these moves, right? Even though some people are like, oh, I don't want to do, my shoulder's injured, I can't do this.
Yes.
We're asking you to go so slow
Yeah.
that maybe you just hold and it's so minute. The body is actually made to go around the joint. It's just that we have to go slow and we have to
Yes.
be trained and we have to build back up. So
Right.
go slow. And same with the lat. If you were pulling slow, 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 and you were able to engage those muscles, they may have contracted and broken through some scar tissue. So
Yes,
the
I'm hoping, yeah.
beauty of going slow and
Yes.
having the patience of, and of course, the breath is always going to be helping concurrently in the background for our nervous system. We can't heal when we're tensed up,
Yes.
just stay clenched. And so being able to breathe in and out sweetly through the nose throughout the day, or just remembering and like, oh, sweet little body, I got you. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be patient. If I have to do this for the next 4 weeks and nothing more, that is what I do to build.
Right, right. Yes. Yep. Good job. We're liking it.
That was great ending. Lots of good information for all of you on the recording. If you have more specific things, please call me. I can support you and we'll be together again on Friday.
Thanks so much, Michelle.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.